Hello, my name is Juan Nicolón, and I would put in my immigrant jam my Steam Deck and a big bowl of soup.
OM to the G. We are back with another episode of Immigrant Jam, the podcast. Today, we are going down south, baby. And no, I'm not talking about Alabama, okay? First of all, hi, hello, how are you? It's Lucie, your host. We're back. We're in New York City. We're in a new studio. We're excited. Everything is exciting everywhere all at once. But today, we have a truly special guest, a hilarious man or person, a lover of soup, a biker, a video game nerd. I just found out.
Yeah.
Someone who likes to wait in fridges. We'll talk about that later too. He is from Uruguay. Ever heard of it?
Ever heard of it?
Please welcome the amazing Mr. Juan Nicolón.
That is me. Hello, hi. Self clap, self clap, self clap. Hello.
Welcome to Immigrant Jam,
Thank you very much for having me.
the podcast.
Oh my God.
You're here.
We're all immigrants.
We're all immigrants, and it's over. We're done. That's it. That was the whole episode.
Oh, we shouldn't have said it. You're advertising
Yeah.
that they're going to come after us.
That's for the end.
Oh, okay.
Juan, you are from Uruguay.
I am from Uruguay, yes. That is correct.
What's that like, being from Uruguay?
It's kind of like, I would say now living here, it's kind of like we have the same relationship as Canada with the United States, but we have it with Argentina. So I still kind of feel like a little bit maybe like Canadian, because like they are like a big country. They're very loud. They have all the money. Not now. They're doing very well. very bad right now. Argentina's doing terrible, but like they are usually like such a big overpowering presence, and like we're like kind of like nice and like gentle, and we hate them,
And you have health care.
And we have
and
healthcare.
you don't lock your doors.
Yeah. They have healthcare too. That's just like America is
Right.
the most
America's
idiotic
just the problem.
thing, yeah.
And you also, in Uruguay, people don't know this, but people say A all the time. A.
I don't think we do. No,
Then you're not Canadian.
Yeah. But like we don't eat maple syrup.
What about moose poop?
We don't have mooses. So we are very narrowly similar to Canadians, but
Yeah.
yeah.
A little bit warmer, too.
So we don't have anything in common with Canadians, and I should never bring it up again.
Are you from Montevideo?
I am, yeah. That's where I'm from.
You know, my dad has never been to Central or South America, but he's obsessed with moving, not going, not visiting, moving to Montevideo.
How old is he?
71.
That's why.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Why?
perfect country, perfectly for old people.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah, for old people,
Why?
it's very calm, relatively safe. It has like a lot of like space, is beautiful, good health care. So it is great a place to die. Not that your dad is going to ever die. Not, I don't think he'll live forever. But it's a great place to spend your adult old age.
Did you grow up dreaming of leaving?
Yes. I mean, it was always, it's hard because I don't know how it was for you, but like, because you're from Germany, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like,
they say.
Is what they is that's the rumor.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it is, but like because that's like a pretty big country. So we're very small. So
3.3 million,
yeah,
I think
that's
I
what
read.
we are.
Yeah.
So we like just the thought of moving always seemed like a dream, like not a dream, but like something that is impossible, And even like when I moved here, it was crazy that I did.
You
It's just
moved
like,
straight from Montevideo to New York?
yeah, and I kind of like I sold it to myself, like, okay, I'm gonna go for 3 months. I have some money saved. I'm gonna take some improv classes at UCB, and like I'll do that for a little bit, and then I'll come back. And then like I ended up staying like the full length of my 6 month a tourist visa, and then I came back a couple of times, went back and forth, and then like I eventually just like.
What's Montevideo like? Is it a big bustling city?
I would say it's like a mix because it is kind of big for a small city.
Is it that everybody in Uruguay has a connection to Montevideo or a place there, or you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say everyone, but I would say most people. Yeah. It's very concentrated. I would say like the large amount of the population is there, so everybody knows each other, and like it's a problem. Yeah.
It's a problem?
Oh, everybody
knows each other. You mean claustrophobic?
Yeah, very claustrophobic. It has like elements of like small town in the sense of like everybody knows everything about the next door neighbor. There's like a little snooping, a little gossiping around.
Yeah.
But like it has all the benefits of like a small.
So your family is still there?
Family's still there. Don't even speak English.
So all the neighbors talk about Juan in New York.
Oh, the neighbors says, how is he doing in the big city, killing it? And I'm telling them, I'm a star, baby.
Yes.
And meanwhile, I bike.
Do you?
Day.
Because that's something my dad does too. He tells everybody in Germany that I'm on Broadway.
Wow.
Like, I've done like a lot of one-person shows,
Yeah.
like, and I did one off Broadway. Like
Okay.
I've done off, but I've also done off, okay, but not Broadway. And he tells people I'm on Broadway, which means when I go to Germany, people are like, "Oh my God, I hear you on Broadway," and then I have to be like, "I'm not."
I did a show on the street Broadway.
Yeah, exactly. Does Broadway Comedy Club count?
that
It
because
has the
I've
word
done
Broadway
that
in it, because then I'm on Broadway, and I'm bad
Yeah.
at lying.
Oh, I'm the same. I hate it. Yeah, but what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Yeah, at some point it's like you can have fun with it.
Are they proud, or do they think you've sold your soul to the devil by coming to New
they're
York?
proud. They they never had much of a choice on like, so they've always been very supportive. It's like I'm always been like, I'm gonna do this. And I was like,
What did your parents do?
my dad was in the Navy. He was a scuba diver for the Navy.
Whoa,
I know.
that's wild.
Very manly profession. And then he owned a scuba diving school for a
Is
while.
that very manly? I'm just thinking about it.
scuba
You're like,
divers?
but you're like floating.
I
with
know.
fins.
Yeah, I know it does.
Like
Yeah,
ballet.
I know it sounds very graceful. Yeah, but in order to do it, you gotta have
Balls.
You gotta, especially in the 80s when my dad 70s 80s when my dad like did it.
Yeah.
When you had like those big like tanks and stuff, and you gotta be able to. Yeah. Now, maybe now it's a little more like graceful.
That's crazy. A scuba diver for the Navy. So were you guys always worried that he wouldn't come home?
No, because the Navy in Uruguay,
Doesn't have much to do.
it's not. Yeah, it's not the biggest Navy in the world. So
right.
and we don't get in fights.
Yeah, there's 3 people in the Navy.
We have 4 boats, and 3 of them work
Oh shit.
sometimes. Yeah, like it's
So
not
what
like.
would he be scuba diving then?
There's a lot of like fixing of. So like I think he did seasonally was like fixing the hulls of boats.
So
Like,
did
so
you
you
grow
go
up
down.
scuba diving?
I know how to scuba dive, but I never took you gotta get
The
a permit.
certificate. Yeah.
Never did the certificate.
You do the
But
rogue scuba diving.
You threw me in the water with a tank that has oxygen in it. I can survive for a little bit.
What about a tank that has soup in it?
Hey, I'll eat it. That's not gonna last for long.
One is a self-proclaimed soup lover. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get
Oh,
to
please.
that, the soup. Because I want to know where this comes from, and also what's the best soup in Uruguay.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
We could just talk about it now.
Well, we can talk about now if you want, but like the problem with Uruguay is like we don't have like our own food. In a sense, because we're like it's mostly meat based, and like we have like certain variations, but we like our singular dish is a sandwich, and everybody has a sandwich.
What kind of a sandwich?
Chivito is called.
I love sandwiches.
And it's like it's a great sandwich. It's like a steak sandwich.
Okay.
So steak,
Yeah.
right? Like, and then like you have basically everything in it.
Okay. Wait.
Like you have
and
lettuce,
Uruguay claims
lettuce,
they
tomato.
made this up. They're like,
Yeah, exactly.
this
Yeah,
is a
this is
sandwich.
ours,
You
this
can
is
put whatever.
ours.
What's
Yeah.
the recipe? Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
This is the Uruguay sandwich.
Usually it has like like fried egg, ham, mozzarella,
Wow.
bacon, olives, mushrooms, lettuce, tomato, ketchup, and it keeps going as long as you want. Yeah,
Wow.
it's really good. But
How
yeah.
long has Uruguay been a country?
It's been like, oh my God, now you're like,
You didn't know.
it's
This
like
is a
now.
history. This is your citizenship
Oh,
test.
fuck for Uruguay.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
I'm gonna
To
get
keep-
kicked out. Yeah, I'm gonna get kicked out on Uruguay. So I feel like it took a while. So there is not like here in America when like we have like one day and we became a
Right.
nation. It took like a couple of tries and there were like a lot of civil wars in the middle and like we were like we got invaded after we kind of like
By who,
declared.
Colombia?
No, Spain.
Oh, Spain.
Portugal and Spain, Portugal. I mean, it was a Spanish colony,
Right.
So we got independent from them. Then the Portuguese took over. Then the British took over for a little bit. Then because they're everywhere,
Yeah.
French had like some meddlings in there. Then the Argentinian after they liberated from Spain, they took over. So there were like a lot, but I would say like around, let's say 1811 or in 1830 are two like big.
So who are
Dates.
native Uruguayans or Native Americans probably, right? Like
Uh,
who are the people that live there?
so yeah, so there used to be like a huge Native American, Native Uruguayan population, and like we even like stole a lot of their like spirit because they were like part of the armies that fought the liberation and like, but and I don't. There's no nice way to say this.
No.
We like just as in America, we were not super nice to them, and like a lot of them got, yeah.
The old axe.
The old, we don't want you here after you help us, and so we still have like elements of that, and there's definitely elements of their tradition that have got incorporated in the, like we're known like for like the garra charrua, that's
What's
like
that?
and that's kind of like the Uruguayan grit, if you want, and it comes the charrua grit, which is like charrua was like the native one of the Native American tribes that were there.
Grit meaning that you're like
We're
tough a little bit.
yeah, we're
and-
like very we're known for being like stubborn because we shouldn't be a country because we have like all these like major powers like fighting for each other, and basically we are there to kind of like as a peace treaty and negotiation that happened there to just like be a buffer between Portugal and Spain so they wouldn't like mess up the
right, because you are
Yep.
between Argentina and Brazil.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
are like literally there
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
buffer, so the Portuguese wouldn't take over and mess up the trade, the British trade. So like basically that was kind of like one of the reasons why. I mean, there was like definitely like a very
You're like the Switzerland.
we are now.
Although
yeah,
they say Costa
that's-
Rica's like the Switzerland because they're neutral, but you are kind of like the
we
Switzerland.
this is insane that you're saying it, but in the 30s and all that, we were called the Switzerland of America.
I'm from the 1930s.
Wow.
I was born
You
literally in
look
1930s.
fantastic. Let me tell you
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
You should be living in Uruguay at your age, for sure.
So in the 1930s, Uruguay
So
was
it was
called-
like because it was so progressive and so like developed. We got a pretty good run there, and then like we got a couple of dictatorships and like some like economic downturns, and now towards the beginning of the new century, you're kind of regained the progressive aspects of Uruguay. We're the first country to legalize marijuana, and like maybe, and you don't quote me on that, but like we're in the
like,
forefront.
In my brain, it was legalized.
I don't. Gay marriage like very
Wow.
early on.
Okay.
Abortion, all that stuff. It's easier when you're like so little, and literally like major corporations have nothing to gain from you, so you can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Now that's the truth.
That's
Yeah.
the truth, and I
People
am
can-
here to speak for the little people.
I found some. I was looking up sayings from Uruguay because I
Oh.
love sayings
Yeah.
and stuff. I usually get to this later, but now that we got to it, si me compro un circo, me crece el enano. If I buy a circus, I let the midget grow. Sorry, it's the saying. Okay, a little person grow.
I've never heard that in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know where
It
you
says
got
it's a Uruguayan saying.
If
si
I
me
buy a
compro un circo, me crece. Am I saying it right? El enano.
Yeah, you're saying perfectly. I know what you're saying. I've never heard it in my life. It makes sense.
Uruguayans won't say that something went wrong. They'll say, if I buy a circus, I let the midget grow.
That
I'm
is-
sorry, it's what the saying says.
That is the biggest lie. That's the good thing about being a small country. You can come up with whatever the fuck you want.
You've never heard that ever?
In my
okay,
life.
what about this one?
I lived there until I was 28, 29 years old. So it's not like I haven't been there in a while. I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but I've lived most of my life there.
Okay, how about this one? Lávate tu culo y tómate el agua después.
That's not
Wash your butt and drink the water after.
Those are insane. First of all, they're insane, and no one ever says it in Uruguay. I don't know where you're reading that, but that's like someone that says, like, I'm going to come up with a bunch of shit to say. It's like, anyone can do it.
It
There's
says
like,
Uruguayans won't call you an asshole, but they will direct you to go wash your butt and then drink the water.
I like... Maybe I've heard something is like anda a lavarte el culo, something like that is like go wash your ass, but never
Not
the
the drink
second
the
part.
water
No,
after?
the drink of the water. I feel like it's a flare that somebody's. Maybe the first part, maybe.
Oh, you think this is a fetish?
Maybe that's a fetish from someone. It's like, yeah, or like some of these things like this is what Uruguayans like.
One Uruguayan guy
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
it's like,
when
this
you
is
come
my-
to Uruguay, make sure to wash your butt and then give me the water after.
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. That's one guy that wants that to happen to him.
Okay,
Yeah.
you better comment.
Yeah.
We'll find you.
I'll tell you one.
Okay.
En casa de herrero, cuchillo de palo. That's
Okay.
one like
In the house of, that's all I understand.
in the hands of the blacksmith
Hands or house?
house.
House.
In the house of blacksmith, we have a knife made of wood. So it means that when you do things for yourself, you're lazier.
That's great.
It's a pretty good one, right?
That's really good.
And that's a real one that exists. Yeah.
And then you wash your butt. How? With the knife? How do you wash your butt?
you wash your butt in the house of a professional butt washer.
But in the
You
house
watch
of the
it-
blacksmith,
How do you wash?
your butt?
How do you wash your butt? Well, probably the same way as everybody else, with a little bit of water and some toilet paper.
This is a great
Oh well,
thing.
actually, we have bidets in Uruguay.
Uh-huh.
You guys have bidets in Germany?
I mean, I feel like not that much. You know what we do have in Germany, which is fucked up on the topic of bathrooms, is a poop shelf.
A poop shelf.
Yeah.
Okay, I have ideas without knowing what it is of what it is.
Okay, what do
and
you
I
think
don't
it
know.
is?
I don't think it is at all. So I mean, I would say, so it is because it's very healthy to take a look at your poops, right?
Is it?
So is it? Yeah. No, you gotta look. You don't look at your poops.
I mean, do I have time? I live in New York City.
No, you
I'm
gotta
on the
look at your
fucking run.
poops.
Also, I'm a woman. I don't poop. Everybody knows that.
You should be looking at your poops
Why?
because there's a lot of information there
What information?
about your health, about your
But-
life, about what you're eating. Is your body communicating? It's like the way your body's telling you things.
Okay.
It's telling you, are you eating?
But I know what I ate. I don't have to look
Yeah,
at my poop to
no,
know
no,
what
no,
I ate.
no, no. But it's not like. But it is like, is that what you're eating good for you?
No, I know that before I eat it.
Well,
do.
I believe you. Yeah,
I don't
some
eat
things.
shit. I try not to eat shit.
I try to not eat.
I don't
either.
eat like deli sandwiches. People go to the deli and get
Yeah.
sandwiches. What are you doing? You're asking for a tapeworm.
Well, I don't know. There's. I feel like tapeworm is.
Controversial statement,
is-
but
It is. I mean, deli is a big part of New York culture.
I know. And I would get a bagel, but not.
but not deli meats.
Oh, I don't eat meat anyway.
Oh, you don't eat meat. Anymore.
Not sometimes, very
Yeah,
rarely.
very rare,
It's
well.
not like a moral thing. It's just that I don't really like meat.
It's really not great for you.
Exactly.
I work
See?
out a lot, so it's hard for me to get the
Oh,
protein.
okay. Now he's bragging.
I'm super ripped, and I need a lot of protein to maintain this hot bod.
Have you this hot butt washing
Yep.
Uruguayan?
Yeah, this hot bod.
Apparently, not that I whatsoever am a Joe Rogan person, but he just did this like meat diet I read where you only it's a carnivore diet and you only eat meat. What the fuck is this?
It is.
Haven't we evolved?
I mean,
thought we'd evolved.
well, his shits are gonna be bricks. I'll tell you that.
That's when you need to look at your shit.
Yeah, because
Otherwise,
it's
you
like,
don't need to look.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to the poop shelf.
Yes.
So you think it is?
So I think it's like you take a poop in little jars and you put them there to see how you did in the week.
Okay, so everybody has like a shelf
A
installed
shelf
in their
installed for
bathroom.
the last week of poops, and then like they track.
It's like young
They call it.
Frankenstein,
Yeah.
AB normal. No, that's very cute, and
Okay.
and that's an idea.
Okay, let's
let's
market it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that there's something there, but it's actually so you know how here or I think everywhere else in the world when a toilet it just there's the water and it just goes
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
In Germany, in the toilet there's a little landing area. So you flush and then the water pushes it off the landing area into the hole.
Ah.
Yeah. And it's a poop shelf. And so apparently, yes, one of the reasons is that it's supposed to be like healthy or whatever to look at your poop, but also it's supposed to be energy saving because you can gather more stuff there, I guess. It makes no sense what I just
I mean, it sounds like you guys are trying to play poop golf.
said. Yes.
It's like,
But I think this is so German. Only in Germany is it like, oh, you made a poop? Now you must look
at
it.
it. Oh, I love
Look.
Germany already. Big fan.
Really?
I didn't know this. I like them already, but like now it's like, yeah, big fan. Yeah, mostly because of the sex parties and stuff.
Sex parties?
Yeah.
Yeah, Germans are very kinky.
I heard. I've never been there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to go.
Because of sex parties. You want to go to sex parties in Germany? So I've never been to a sex party, but I'm having one tonight. No.
Wow.
But my friend who's gay in Berlin told me about this a couple of parties.
Yeah.
What? That's different?
Well, I mean, if you're gay,
No, but-
every day is a sex party for you.
I guess. But there's a party. First of all, there's one party called Fisting 3000.
Okay, very self-explanatory.
Yeah, exactly.
When
Subtle
Yeah.
title there.
You gotta know what you're gonna expect.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, what do you guys do at
Hey,
Fisting 3000?
What is this party about?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And then there's one where you have to, it's called horse stable or something like that. And so you have to say if you're ahead of time or when you get there, you have to say if you're a stallion or a mare. I think that's
okay.
the female horse is a mare.
Yeah. But like I get
So you get the gist?
yeah, I get the gist. The bottom
Really?
the bottom of the
Yeah, but the mares go in first, get blindfolded, take off their pants, go on all fours, and then the stallions come in
yeah,
and bang.
inseminate the man.
Just
If they're horses, that's
but
what
whoever
happens.
they want, and that's it. That's the party.
I mean, sounds like a great party, honestly.
I'm definitely demisexual. Do you know what that is?
I do not know what that is.
means you want to have sex with Demi Moore.
Oh, well, I feel like most of us are then.
No, demisexual means you need an emotional connection to.
I feel like from a lot of women have that, but
And
a lot of
right.
don't. There's definitely, I feel like women definitely have other needs around sex than just men. Just needs to like put it in, and that's it.
Is
you know?
Uruguay? Let me segue back to: is Uruguay like a sexually open country?
It's kind of repressed, kind of
because
sexually
it's
open.
Catholic.
It is very Catholic.
Right.
Yeah. But like, I
Did
mean,
you grow up Catholic?
I grew up Catholic.
Very
yeah.
Catholic.
No, normal Catholic.
molested.
Enough to be repressed
Okay.
growing up, and
Yeah.
had to like loosen up later. But yeah, it is like a casual. Yeah, people get married in churches and like you. But I've never
Shame, guilt.
that for sure. But I've never like been to church that often. You know, you would go every now and then, but it's nothing like people don't go to church every week. Like not everyone. I mean, like I would say like the vast majority. And like we also like pretty progressive now, so like it's kind of like gonna weigh a little bit of like that. It's a pretty. I like it a lot. It's pretty cool.
Do you remember your first day in New York? What it was like?
I remember. Yeah. So I came to New York for like 3 days before I moved this time, and those 3 days were weird. The first night I could not figure out New York, and like I felt like out of place, and like this place
Where did
sucks.
you stay?
I stayed in the beautiful place in Upper West Side.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought this is shit. I was like, just because like it's so dark and like
What
weird.
was it? Like an Airbnb?
It was before that. It was like a hotel, like it was like an apartment that you would rent, but like you would rent it through someone instead of like an Airbnb. And it was like 2004 something like that. And it was like, what the fuck is this place? This place sucks. And then like I stayed for 2 days, and like I remember I went to see Conan on late night, and like I like woke up early, and like but I kind of liked it, and I was only 3 days, and I always stayed in the back of my mind. And then I eventually, when I came in that second time, it's like I was like 3 days in, and it was like, I have to stay here forever.
Why? What was it? Do you think?
It was the possibility. Well, at this time I was pretty deep in comedy, so it was the possibility of being able to do comedy, and I was connecting a lot faster with people and liking people that also like the same comedy as I. Because
So you were doing comedy back home?
I was, yeah. I was doing stand up back then.
There was a scene, a stand-up scene?
No. The first time I did stand-up, it was just me on the show. And it was bad for a long time. I did 45 minutes. Not good.
It's funny because you know Fabrizio Copano.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's a good friend.
And I had him on, and he told me a similar story. He was like, when we started doing stand-up, nobody was doing it. So we just did like an hour.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what the fuck we were doing
like,
at
what
all.
the
We were
fuck?
like, we're doing a stand-up.
Yeah, I guess
And we
so.
were just like stand there for an hour. And he said the shows too, they were just like, yeah, here, you have a TV show.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours of programming
In Uruguay, it's the
that
same.
you have to
yeah.
make.
the biggest show when I left at that time was a Dancing with the Star clone, right? That would go on for 3 hours, 4 nights a week. That was the main show.
By the end, they were like throwing up, like sweating. Their hair and makeup was messed up.
You can imagine that
dresses.
there's actually not that much dancing because they can't dance for 3 hours, you know? So it was, someone would dance, and then like the judges would get in fights, and the host also, like Uruguay and Argentina are both like very misogynistic like places. So the host would just like when like a bit there was that when the host had when the host thought that the lady that was dancing, her skirt was too long, he would cut it live on TV with a scissor. That was a bit that was there. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Wild country. I mean, women, beautiful women too, but like, yeah.
Wow.
Which is like a misogynistic thing that I have to say because I'm from there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They would cut their dresses.
Yeah, live on TV.
And then they'd be like, then they would like wheel out a stove and be like, and now make us all dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, make us dinner.
It was
Take away her voting rights.
It was it was a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. Some women fought back, and
So
like,
you watched that and you were like, I just want to
did.
go to a place where women can wear long skirts.
yes, that's exactly what I thought. I would put it. I would like to go to a place where women that wear short skirts wear them because they're not forced to.
Yes.
That's because I don't get me wrong, love a short skirt.
Yeah.
I just want the lady to, want to do it.
Do you feel like an outsider here?
You know what? I don't. I mean, I've always felt as an outsider home.
Why?
Because I was always had the mind here. Because I was like I knew English for very little since I was very little.
How?
And
How did you know English?
I went to a bilingual school,
Oh, okay.
and then like as soon as the internet opened up, as soon as cable arrived to Uruguay, I was before. I'm old, so I was before cable. So I watch. So I watched every series, every Friends, Seinfeld, everything I could find in English, and then once internet was fast enough, I started like downloading things that I would like crunch and just like watch days of the like everything that it was. So like my mind was always like there, and so I was kind of outside it. I didn't have the same sense of humor. I just like didn't like a lot of the stuff that was going on. And when I got here, I mean, I feel like I'll never, because I have this accent still, I'm never gonna lose it. So like I feel like I'll always be sometimes I feel like an outsider more of like how people see me than how I feel. Because to me it's like, oh, I'm normal, I'm talking normal. I'm just hanging out with the guys, with the Americans. We're all Americans here. And like not really, but there's always it's more from people here that made you remind yourself.
Oh yeah, of
it's
course.
like you're not from here.
Yeah.
So it's more like that. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm an outsider. But other than that, like I definitely have like some, especially in the stand up, some things are like how I view things here. But yeah, it's not something that I feel as prominent. Yeah, now.
Do you miss do you have like a sense of like you miss home? Or like, what do you miss about Uruguay?
I miss. I mean,
your family,
my
of
family's there.
course.
My sister lives here, so I have that. But yeah, I miss home. I miss some friends. I miss. I mean, the food. We don't have a wide variety, it's not the sandwich. It's not particularly. We have great sausages.
Is there? Oh, really?
Yeah, because we have German, we have Polish, we have like a bunch of like a
Is
mixture.
there a Uruguayan restaurant or something like that?
There are a couple here. Yeah, they're like pretty good. There's one called Tabaré, which
Where's
is
that?
in Williamsburg and Bushwick. It's pretty good, and it's Americanized a little bit, but it's fairly authentic. It has the sandwich, and there's in Queens. There's like a bakery, and there's like a restaurant there too, and those are like Uruguayan. They have like very Uruguayan stuff.
Like what? You said there's only one sandwich. That's
Well, the
Uruguayan.
way they make the sausages is like how
okay.
we have them there. Like the sandwiches, it's fairly similar to It's still a little. It's not exactly the same because it's still like Americanized. But you go there and like there are Uruguayans behind the counter.
What do you not like about this country or this city or this culture?
Healthcare
or
is
these
like
people.
Healthcare is the thing that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It will forever drive me crazy. And like the fact that but like 1/3 of the country is batshit crazy.
Well, I think that Americans can't really wrap their heads around how hard it is for people from outside of America to understand that it's like this here. Like
It's
so
insane.
insane to anybody and you don't even, I was like 8 when we moved here and I still, I spent most of my life here, but it's insane.
It's insane. Like the
can't understand it.
insanity of what people allow to happen is wild. Back home, we have like pretty strong unions, and there's problem with unions, and there's problem with things as everywhere. But like things would never happen there. Some of the cuts that are happening here, like some things keep getting worse, and it's like how much you guys can take it. It's like, what are you guys doing? It's like, just get your shit together. Like, don't let this happen. It's like it's insane, but like people are like too worried about like things that really don't matter, and like because to me it's like let's fix healthcare right now. That's the thing. Like it will make things so much better for everyone here right now.
Yeah, but the problem is that a lot of people don't think it needs to be fixed, and a lot of people here because of this mentality of like, why should I pay for that fucking asshole to get his doctor's bills paid? You know what I mean?
I know. It's so dumb, but but like the math doesn't add up. Even like if you think it logically, even like that is a thing that I hate and drives me crazy. Yeah, like I have like healthcare now, but like when I for a long time I didn't have healthcare, and I'm like, I remember just like the anxiety of just like, what the fuck is something happened? What the fuck am I gonna do? And it's like I can't like, and just like being like sick and like not going to the doctor because you just can't.
Yeah.
So it's like it's people don't understand how horrible of a feeling that is, But
And
it is
also,
it is.
what a crazy, I think, like contrast. You come here because there's so many possibilities. It's supposed to be the greatest country on earth, and then it's like the
It's like
shittiest. Fundamentally,
Oh,
the
fundamentally
shittiest thing
it's
ever. Like
insane.
fundamentally, you're like, how do I like put these two things together in my brain that this is like the country that
Yeah.
everybody loves and dreams of, and you come here and it's like you go to the best restaurant in the world and they have all the food and everything is cooked perfectly and then you go into the kitchen, it's just full of rats and people shitting in the sinks and stuff like that, and you're like, what are you doing? You don't need this. You don't need to be doing this.
It's wild. It's
Yeah.
wild. It's wild. But
Yeah.
like I think that I was just in Uruguay for the first time in like 3 years, and like I went back and it's like, this is so much better.
You think you'll go back at some point?
No, I'm staying here. Just like because of comedy alone, I'm staying here. But maybe I would love to have like a place there. To
Do
just,
you
like, be
feel
able to
that
go.
like you want to like represent Uruguay?
I
you know
would
what I
be. I would be the worst representative of Uruguay. I've tried.
Because you don't know the butt washing proverb.
Because I know that's an example. Do you imagine? I wouldn't be surprised if someone like just comments on the post. Hey, we say that all the time. This guy doesn't know shit. I say that. I
That's
tell
in
everyone.
our national anthem. Oh, say, can you wash your butt and drink the water afterwards in Uruguay?
It is both about butts and based on the American one.
Yeah.
It is actually based on the American one.
How does it go?
I mean,
Can you sing it?
Oritale la patria la tumba.
That's it?
Yes. No, it goes on. But
It
it's
sounds
pretty good.
way more fun than
It's
the
re-
American
it's-
one.
yeah, I would say, not to brag, but it's better.
What's the tumba?
Tumba means tomb. So it means like Orientals, I know that sounded
Orientals and tomb?
bad. Orientals, the country or the tomb. It's basically like a war cry. We are called Orientals, by the way.
Ah, okay.
So
I was like,
that's-
why do you,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are you?
I know. I just talked about this in a different podcast.
You're called Orientals?
We are, we are Orientals.
The
yeah.
Uruguayan?
Historically, in the area, we are known as Orientals. Yes.
How?
So it's very confusing for people when I say, "Hey, I'm Oriental too," and
Why?
people did
Where
not
did
like
that
it
come from?
because the full name of my country is the Oriental Republic of Uruguay.
Oh.
Because we
I
are
think they read the map wrong.
no,
I'm joking.
because
Yeah.
we are to the orient of the river Uruguay. So we're basically, our name is like that land that is to the side of this river. We don't even have like, well, you guys, United States, you're a citizen, so I can say U.S.
Now, only for the last year.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that took you a long time.
It did.
Yeah.
Not that long.
What did you mean like that?
This interview
Well,
is
you
over.
did say you were born in the 1930s, so
I did. You're right.
Yeah.
But no, it did take me a long time. Oh my God. I was talking to someone the other day and I was like, this younger comic. And I was like, yeah, I grew up in Soho in New York. And he goes, oh, wow. It must have been really different when you grew up there. I was like, yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're dead. You'll never work in this town again.
You're out of the business.
You must die now.
That's so funny.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am not.
I don't know why my voice cracked.
I am not.
Are you a...
I'm legal. Yes. I have a O1 visa.
Oh, wow. I had an O1 for a long time, too.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not
Alien of extraordinary ability.
That's what I am.
Yeah, that's for those people listening, for those Americans out there listening to this podcast, trying to find the next person to troll and
Please don't troll me.
dox. I don't
Yeah,
even know
yeah,
what that is. An O1 is Artist of Extraordinary Ability visa. It's so hard to get. You have to prove that basically that you are so extraordinary that you will never take an American person's job, that you are at the top of your field in your country. It's stressful. People don't realize how stressful and expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive, very stressful. I will say, definitely it took me a while to get the requirements. It's like you got to work really hard and like find everything.
You need letters of recommendation. You need work offers. You have to have press. You have to have. I mean, the categories for the visa are insane. It's like you have to have. You have to fulfill like I think 3 out of the 10 categories, and one is like you have to have won an award such as an Oscar, a Grammy, an Emmy.
I know. It's like,
you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and like just let me build into that.
Yeah.
So like already the it's so silly because it's like I'm trying to be here so I can get there. It's like I can't get there if I can get a Grammy if I don't work here. It takes a while.
Yeah.
But
can't get a
like,
Grammy
fortunately,
sitting in Uruguay.
The things that did in Uruguay were like pretty good, and that helped me.
So you mean you're kind of a big deal in Uruguay?
No, I am not.
Okay.
I am not, especially not after 10 years. But like I went back and I did stand up for the first time in Spanish in like 10 years. And I ate it.
Really?
But no, I didn't eat it fully. I tried to translate some of the stuff that I did in Spanish to
English.
To English.
Okay.
I'm sorry, from English to Spanish. And it kind of worked. But still like the rhythm and like, there were a lot of stuff that I feel like if I'm there for like a year, I can figure it out. But there's not enough stage time anyway. So it's like, it's so hard to do it there. But some people remembered me from the time I started. So I am like, I am like an old guard, like a legend, not a legend, but like a ghost,
a mythical
figure that
children
maybe
wake up at night
existed.
going, Juan Nicolón.
What happened? And then I
saw him.
Yeah, and
he
then
just
I
flew by the window.
This is an end for you.
What's the American dream for you, if you have one?
So I honestly just like always, I'd love to like. I'm kind of living it because it is like I always just wanted to live off comedy, and I'm lucky enough that I can do that, and so yeah, like that I mean, whatever else I get, of course, I honestly, if there is a dream, it's like to do more of what I'm already doing.
So like touring.
Tour more, make more money out of it, being able to choose more selectively what I do, because sometimes you feel like, okay, I gotta take whatever like you have great months and you have months that are like super slow and you say like, oh, I gotta take whatever. So like I kind of like wanna would be like able to just like choose more selectively what I can do and all that stuff. I feel like that would be the American dream, special. And I pretty much decided for a while I didn't know, what I want to do. Do I want to do stand up? Do I want to improv? Do I do sketch? Do I want to be a writer? Do I want to be a performer? What do I want to do? And now I'm like, it's been like 3-4 years that I'm pretty set, and I know 100% that my thing is going to be stand up. I'm going to do stand up. Stand up is my thing. Stand up forever. I'm going to die doing stand up. I have only a couple of years later.
Supremacist.
Yeah, sure. I don't. Yes, for myself, I wouldn't impose on others, but for me, I'm the supreme lord of stand up in my world. But yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like that's what it's gonna be. So just basically, like keep like improving, keep getting better. Specials, theaters, like that would be like the dream. Like just keep like growing.
Sexual harassment lawsuits.
Oh, I'm working on that.
I just said that because Lucie just played Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, apparently, if you want to keep doing the garden, just keep whipping your dick out in front of women.
It really doesn't matter.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean.
Woo! on.
So let's start whipping that dick out.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Uh,
How do you say no gracias?
So verse in Spanish.
But oh God, there's so many other things that I want to ask you. But
Please.
we're running out of time.
Oh no. Oh, that's right.
Okay, so do you have a saying that you grew up with?
A saying,
Like a proverb or a saying?
like a proverb of a saying. So in Uruguay, we say a lot of a bo,
Bo.
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 So it's like
Oh,
or che,
interesting.
you know.
Because bo, they also say in Italy. Bo.
They do?
In Rome. Bo.
Yeah.
It means like, I don't know, bo.
It probably came from
Uruguay?
No, no. It's like the other way around. Yeah. But because I'm half Italian. Like like I'm half Italian, half Spanish.
What do you mean half Italian? Like
Like
one of your parents is Italian?
My father's side of the family is Italian, and my grandfather's side of the family is Italian.
Right.
From my mom's side, and then like women in my family all come from Spain, and then like the men they all come from Italy. Don't ask me why.
Okay.
But that's a thing that is weird. I don't know how it is in Germany because probably you guys don't think about. You guys are Germans, right? But like,
I mean, they are. My mom is Romanian and Jewish,
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
Jewish. My dad's
have a
German,
little-
but I'm not full German.
but
But they are German. Most
but
of
they
the
are
people
German.
there,
But like, because in Uruguay we are Uruguayan.
right?
You know, we never think of like, oh, we are Italian,
No.
we're Spanish, we
No,
come
yeah.
from this, we
I
come
talk
from that.
about that on this podcast a lot. That's also a very American thing.
Yeah,
like I'd never
super American
experienced
thing.
that until I came here as a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
People being like, I'm a quarter Polish, I'm a quarter Irish.
What the
It's like,
fuck
what
are
the
you
fuck are you
talking
talking
about?
about?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't give a fuck where
No
like
one
your
gives a
ancestors
fuck.
came from.
Yeah.
I asked you where you were from.
Yeah, it's like I'm
But-
from Uruguay.
But now, having grown up in New York, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what your passport is. Tell me where your ancestors are from. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But that is a very weird thing outside of America.
Yeah. But we,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but we say bo. So that's like.
Oh, you yell it.
Bo. But it's kind of like it's like saying hey, you know, bo.
Okay.
It's like to call someone and say, or when you're like somebody use it at the end of a sentence and you say it's like, che que cagada bo.
Cool. Cool.
Bo,
So
vamos a hacer eso. Bo, vamos a comer algo. Bo, vení, vamos a hacer
culo
deportes.
en el
Vamos
agua.
Bo, vamos a lavarnos el culo y tomar el agua. Yeah.
Yes, I got him to say it.
Never said it in my life.
That's what this whole podcast was
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
getting you to say that.
Perfect.
Now
you have the
I
clip.
want to bet with the whole country of
Yeah,
Uruguay.
yeah.
That's so funny. Wow. Okay. I don't know why I pictured myself like kicking a saloon door open and going, "Bah,"
Yeah.
and just looking at everybody, and everybody's Uruguayan, and they are all like,
But then
"What the fuck?"
they're gonna say who, because if you come in and says like bo, it says like who are you talking to,
And then I'm gonna say Juan Nicolón.
and they're
Hola.
gonna say finally, and then, let's
Okay,
do
Juan.
this.
I have a little something called the poll questionnaire,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
very important to determine your true immigrantness.
Oh,
So, are you ready
I am ready.
for the poll questionnaire?
I am.
Okay.
I think. Am I? I am.
I don't know.
Okay. This
Are we ever
turns
ready?
scary.
Is anybody ever ready for anything?
I am so ready. Let's go.
Juan Nicolón of Montevideo, Uruguay.
Pretty good.
The land of butt washing and circus.
That's not right at all.
Okay.
Yes.
If you were the president of the United States of America, what American food would you ban?
Ooh, that is what American food. This is gonna be extremely controversial.
I love it. No, don't say it. I know what you're gonna say.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, okay. That wasn't as bad. I thought you
Would
were
you-
gonna say bagels.
Oh no, I would never say bagels are great.
But peanut butter and jelly? What the fuck?
Yeah, that is an
What,
insane.
you don't like Joy?
What
you
are you?
hate Joy? What are you? You're the
That's
German here.
not
I think,
Joy.
not
They're
me.
thick. They're like ash.
You don't have to make them thick.
But
You
they're
know you
like,
can
but
make
they're
them
like,
however you want
I'm
to.
always I need something to drink every time.
Okay, so get a water.
No, I don't
What's
want to
the
get a water. I eat the soup all the time.
Oh no, we didn't talk about the
We
soup.
didn't talk about the soup.
Fuck. Okay, hold on. Okay, peanut butter and jelly, very controversial, and also, come on, free your mind, live it up a little bit. You know, get in touch
Well,
with your
you
inner
asked
child.
me what I wanted to ban, and I'm telling
You
you.
will never be president of the United States of America, and
No.
that's why we don't let immigrants become president. That's why. Now you have your answer. Okay.
Okay.
If you could deport one American person, who would you deport?
If I can deport one American person, who would I deport? I would probably deport like some CEO of some shitty hedge fund that are yeah,
Great.
overtaking everything. Yeah.
That's the best answer that I've ever gotten.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
would probably
that's good.
but the problem is I would deport him, and then he still has enough money to just do whatever he wants. So I feel like you can get more bang out of your buck if you deport like someone stupid like Marjorie Taylor Greene or something like that. But
Yeah.
Ideally, if they
Yeah.
can never do business in United States, I would deport some
Some gross, greedy
some
motherfucker.
gross greedy motherfucker. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Very good.
Yeah.
Very
some
good. very
or
good.
some guys from a private equity
That's
firm
good.
or something like that. I
Yeah.
hate those guys.
What's the most Uruguayan thing you've ever done?
Because I am not the most Uruguayan guy. So the most Uruguayan thing
Great.
is
They promised me the most Uruguayan
Sorry.
guy.
so the most Uruguayan thing is probably going to be a medium Uruguayan thing for a regular Uruguayan.
Okay.
Because I don't play soccer. Soccer is huge in Uruguay.
First
football.
World Cup was in Uruguay.
I know, and we won it.
No, well, they don't know.
Well, I'm telling them. I remember. I feel like one of the most Uruguayan things is so we have a very distinct drink that we have called mate.
Mate, yeah.
Is
With the little straw.
with a
the
metal
little silver
straw, which we've been doing metal straws forever.
All right.
I want to say it.
That's
Very
true.
progressive country. We've been doing metal straws
It's
since
kind
forever.
of it's kind of like wakes you up.
It is highly caffeinated.
It's green.
It's green, and you do it it's a reverse tea. That's
It's
how I
also
like
big
it.
in Argentina.
It's big in Argentina and Paraguay and the northern, southern Brazil. But we have this big gourd, right? And you basically put the tea, the herbs,
Yeah.
in the gourd. You make a little hole, right? You put the metal straw and you put a little bit of water.
Right.
Then you drink it. You put a little more water. You drink a little bit, and then you keep doing it until you pee in your pants because it makes you pee a lot.
Right.
Or you are climbing against the walls because they will get you fucked up. So I feel like I took that to a UCB theater rehearsal once, and people were flipping out, not understanding how it is and for how gross it is, because it is pretty gross because you share it.
Because it looks like swamp water.
It's swamp water, and also you're using the same metal straw.
Yeah.
It is boiling hot.
But not as many people have herpes in Uruguay than here in New York.
I have herpes.
Well, that's actually a prerequisite to do the podcast.
Oh, okay,
but,
gotcha.
but
Good.
So that
I feel like a lot of people have herpes in Uruguay, and
Really?
and let me tell you, it's not a big deal. No one in Uruguay says oh, you have herpes. It's
you mean, but
I'm
both
not-
herpes, genital and
no,
mouth
no,
herpes?
mostly this one.
Okay.
Genital probably would be a bigger deal.
Okay.
Even in Uruguay, it would be if you just go down there and it's you're full of warts, it's okay, maybe we shouldn't have sex. But
But mouth herpes not a big deal in Uruguay.
not a big
If you're
deal.
listening and you have herpes on your mouth right now, go to Uruguay.
Grow up. What
Kiss
are you,
somebody.
boring? Come on. Start making out with people. Yeah.
Okay. 3 more questions.
Yes, please.
What's the most American thing you've ever done?
The most American thing I had, to me, this was the most American. I had a chicken waffle sandwich. And to me, I felt very American because those together make no sense. and yet it works.
Okay,
I
but
feel
you
like
want
that's-
to ban
I
peanut
felt-
butter and jelly.
I want a bad peanut butter and jelly sucks, but that
So did that make you like? You were like, howdy. You wanted to be like, howdy. I've
howdy.
arrived.
Yeah. Hello, partner. I cannot do accents. Don't even ask me.
Okay.
You want to see my American guy?
Yeah,
I can do an American. Yeah, I can do American. I need a backwards hat, but like, you picture that I have a backwards hat. What's up, guys? Come on. What you guys do? Let's shoot some hoops, guys. Come on. Let's shoot some hoops. Let's bang some chicks. Let's build some railroads. Come on.
What? Build some railroads.
Let's mix some berries.
You're giving these bros more
Come
credit
on,
than they deserve.
guys. Let's refurbish some laptops. Let's sit on Santa's laps. Come on, guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. It's going to the dark side.
Oh,
now.
no. Let's stop there.
Wow, that was great.
Thank you so much. I'm such a good actor.
Yeah, that was amazing. No,
Thank
I
you.
really, I
Thank you
think.
so much.
Are you sure you're not American?
Ah,
That
I
reminded
like
me of Bob Houston from Alabama.
yeah. I know Bob Houston. Yeah. Everybody knows him.
Okay, 2 more questions.
Okay.
If you could make up a catchphrase for the United States of America, what would it be?
America. The more complicated, the best.
Wow.
I have
Profound.
a theory that a thing that makes America work is their ability to make very simple things and make them so complicated that nothing works. For taxes,
Love it.
you know how much I owe. Everybody says this. I'm not breaking new ground, but you know how much. Why do we have to do all this extra work?
Yeah.
You just tell me how much I owe you, and I'll pay you, or deduct it from my check, so I never have to think about it.
Exactly.
You know?
But you know
But
what it
no.
is? It's the accountant's fault.
Exactly.
People who want to be accountants, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Stop.
it's like, oh.
Eradicate the profession, and then we don't have this problem anymore.
I know, and I love my accountant, but like I would kill him immediately if I never had to do it again. But
Okay,
yeah,
I love that.
Like
The
same
more
with like
complicated, the better.
Yeah. I feel like they do healthcare, everything. It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
that's true.
more options. It's like, you don't need orange juice with pulp, some pulp, and no pulp. Just get it. You don't need the extra steps. You know, why make everything more complicated when it needs to be?
Okay. I
Yeah.
hear the authoritarianism in your voice with that one.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's a
a
history
little
there.
bit.
There's a history there. There's a history there. No pulp for anybody. Okay.
Just
Everybody
for
drinks
me.
pulp-free orange juice in my country. Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
Juan Nicolón. Because I'm German, I have to ask this question.
Yeah.
Do you know how I can meet David Hasselhoff?
I unfortunately do not know.
That's fair. Okay, Juan Nicolón, where can people find you online?
Online, you can find me at Juan Nicolón,
Nicolon.
Nicolon.
Go follow Juan Nicolón and ask him yourself why he loves soup so much. We didn't get to it this time,
yeah.
but who knows? Maybe there will be a part 2 to this podcast. Who knows? Go follow him, like everything he does. Send him a message telling him how much America appreciates that he has chosen this country to bestow with his comedic wisdoms. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Thank you so much for listening. Please, 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 if you've listened to this episode and you liked it, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes or anywhere else. Subscribe. Check out the Patreon. Thank you to Craig, Douchebag Steve, Gio, and all the new patrons that joined. We love you. You're the best. We will be back next week with a brand new episode. This has been Immigrant Jam, the podcast. I'm Lucie Pohl. We love you. Hug an immigrant. Thank you to Juan Nicolón. If you liked what you just heard, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, recommend to all your friends. And if you hated it, recommend it to your enemies. Thank you for listening to Immigrant Jam, the podcast with me, Lucie Pohl. Have a delicious and nutritious day.